Hey, Caitlin,
Hey, hi.
Sarah, Mark, I'm just take a roll call here real quick. Okay, Jeannie. All right, see who we're missing. Hey, Ronit couldn't attend today. Peter can't attend. Got a couple more people. Let's give them a moment. I see Brian showing up. Heidi, I got to put your name down too. Bill's here.
Hey Heidi, how you doing?
Doing well, Brian. Nice to see you. And Mark is on, and
I see
Rich, looks like Rich just joined. He was having
Oh,
chatted that he had problems with Zoom. So I'm going to wipe my camera out and let those guys take the lead. But
Okay.
nice to see you all.
Nice to see you.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, good morning, Bill.
Mr. Eaton, how are you today? How you doing?
I'm doing great.
How's your woodworking coming?
It's good. I'm not as busy as I have been. I'm waiting for a client to give me the green light to build a dining table. She's been slow to reply. I don't know if I put her in shock when she got my quote, so we'll see.
Yeah, well, I know we ordered a table, a new kitchen table, and it took us almost 6 months to get it. So
Supply chain.
supply chain. Well, no, this was it was part of the Amish group,
Oh, okay.
and it just they were so busy that 6 months is what they got. But anyway.
Should have called me. I could make one for you in about a month.
Well,
Yeah, you need to grow a beard, Bill, and look more the part.
yeah, the struggle is getting it to me. That's my struggle.
Yeah, shipping's expensive.
That's
especially
exactly right.
Dining tables.
Yeah, that and chairs. So, yep.
All right, let's get started. I see Hank's here now too, so that was the last person I was looking for. Well, first off, thank everybody for volunteered to work on the seminar and do the presentations and be the moderators. Let me introduce James Nicholson, is our webmaster. Don made fun of me for calling him that, but I think that describes him a little better. James works with the same group Don Dimmerville works with, so just introduce you to him. He can kind of help you if you need help recording or editing your recordings or any of those type aspects, and he will be the one that kind of in the background running the sessions when we present. Some of you have said you may have 2 or 3 presenters, so he can merge the 3 presentations into one MP4 file so it flows seamlessly. So just appreciate those that have actually gotten their first drafts in already. I know the rest of you are close, so do need to get those in soon. What do you need y'all to do to help a little bit sell the seminar? It's we get most of our registrations this week, next week, about 4 to 5 weeks out. And it's always a little nervous till you start getting some of these coming in. So if you can share this in your company, share it with your customers, suppliers, post it on, link it into some of the LinkedIn articles we put out there. That type of activity, every little bit helps. For people like, Bill, if you want to bring 6 people from Pepsi in, we give you a discount. If you bring 10 people, I'll give you a bigger discount. So chance for your company, if you want to bring the whole team in, let me know and we can, make some arrangements with that. Sign up. One of the things you have to do to, this one where James let you into the seminar, or had the waiting room for a while. They'll do that for the sessions where you only let registered participants in. So you need to register to have James let you in. I've sent everybody a code. If you haven't gotten a code from me yet, just let me know and I'll resend it. You can also invite one guest for presenting. So it's, anybody on your team, your company, a supplier, anybody you want, a customer or somebody you think would benefit from this. It's got a good little benefit. You can send it to your boss so he can watch you perform and show you how good you are, whatever suits you. That's on the sign up. You go either to the ISBT website, go on the education tab, or you can go directly to the site if you have that address. I'll send the notes of this meeting out after the meeting, so you'll have that address if you're not familiar with it. But simply go to ISBT's website, go to education, click on the Beverage Institute, and you'll find a place on it to sign up.
So Tom, we have to sign up as moderators and such as well?
Yeah, James will not let you into the seminar unless you signed up. So I guess it's free. You should get a code. Like I said, you can invite someone. It's part of the benefit of being a presenter. So just takes a few minutes. If your code doesn't work or something, just contact me and Don, and we'll see what's happening on it. All right, the presenters, we record the presentations if any kind of internet issues. We've had speakers talk for 5-10 minutes. We'll get them on the phone, tell them we lost them. So we record these. James will issue the video when the moderator announces you. And then the question and answer session will be live. So you'll need to be there live for your, I would like you to be there a little bit early if you're only going to attend your session. Watch your video just so you can see. We're going to ask the attendees to put their questions chat function, so you can kind of be seeing some of the questions pop up, get your mind set. At the end of the session, the moderator will kind of read the questions off to you. So it's good to have a little answer. If you don't have an answer or don't really know, just tell the person you'll get back with them. We transcribe the question and answer session in about a week. I'll get it out to you to verify the, either put the answer in if you had a long-winded answer, or it's a short, I'll type it in for you. And just verify or correct it, because sometimes you speak and you find out later you should have added a couple points to give you a chance to, technically get your answers correctly. And we'll send that out to the attendees. So it's, don't feel like you have to make up an answer on the spot if you truly don't know. The moderators, like Bill's a packaging expert, Nima is going to be a beverage expert. I'll be the final one. Got a lot of experience in the moderators, so they can also help. And if you're, attending live, listening, you're part of the seminar, you can always jump in and answer anything that comes to your expertise. So, like I said, don't feel like you need to just make up an answer. Just say, I'll look that up, get back to you, and it'll be in the Q&A we send out. Also, talk to your moderator or moderate how you want to be introduced. Don't need to put out your whole bio page. That's just there to show the person that you are a technically qualified expert. Some people like to introduce themselves, so Bill would just go, here's Heidi with read it on. Or some people like to give a little longer presentation. So let the moderator for your session, some of you are in 2 or 3 sessions, how you like to be introduced, whether you want to do it yourself, you want just your name, title, company, or you want a longer one. Don't want to kill a lot of time. I mean, a lot of you have got a lot of good experience, background. They'll see that in their package. The attendees get a PDF of all your presentations, so they'll have the full information about you. We don't need to totally qualify you in the meeting, but it's your judgment of how you want to be presented. Any questions go along, just speak up. I'm just going through the notes, just make sure everybody's on the same page.
Tom, do you have sort of a breakdown of the various seminar components, who the moderator is and who the presenters are? I don't know if you sent that out.
I will, as soon as I get some rest of the first drafts, I'll kind of time it out a little bit for you, give you the moderator, who the presenters are, and an early estimate of your time frame.
Okay.
I can send it out now with my estimate, but I'll go ahead and send that out a little bit.
Tom, did you tell the presenters to give you a few leading questions in case there is no chat?
Yeah, that's next. Thank you, James. I would like everybody to send 3 or 4 questions in about their subject. Just get primed because, you know, you've done this before. You get a question, answers questions, and nobody asks the first question. So we'll have those primed, you know, for the moderator to bring up. Somebody asked this. You also sometimes, you know, a couple things you really need to know that's not in your presentation. It helps the people, you know, get a little more expertise to it. Yeah, it can be simple. I mean, don't overthink this. It can be, you know, you talked about so-and-so, what does that really mean? And your presentation, people always like kind of case studies, real life experiences. So you can add a little story that makes it interesting. Even through the moderators, you know, when you kick your session off, kick it off, if you got a little, you know, short story to tell about something happened to you on a new product innovation project, it always gets people involved a little bit. We will send this out and have a transcript made, so you don't need to put notes on your slides. We'll send the transcripts out to you later for you to proof, because translators aren't beverage people, and I get some interesting spellings and adaptations to words. Those normally come back 2 or 3, 4 weeks later, so don't expect it in your mailbox next day. And not a real rush. We'll put this up for kind of for course making in the future. So, you know, if you get back to me 2 or 3 weeks, just so I don't forget about you, that's fine on the return time. Like I said, the attendees will get a PDF of your presentation. On your presentation, I really need the ones that haven't sent a draft in, send me in one fairly soon. It's 4 weeks out, so it's, you know, I have to approve it. I send it back to the TC chair to approve, just to make sure we got consistency. So it, you know, I started getting a bunch of these at once. It takes me a while to get through them. You know how chairs get back. Once I approve the draft and the chair approves the draft, you can, you know, make the corrections. Normally it's just a few formatting, add a couple things, put in a few definitions. We're all technical people. You talk in a technical language that's not always familiar to people not in your area. And you'll be touching pretty much every area of the ISBT, and attendees can have anywhere from little experience to a lot of experience. So it's, you know, be prepared to kind of, you know, put some vocabulary. If you have a lot of acronyms or things, you might make one page that just describes those. You won't have to show that page during the presentation, or you can just say, I got this page here, and go look for it. But it's always good to have that kind of data. You're surprised what you think is common knowledge, and that a lot of people don't have a clue.
So Tom, what is your deadline to have the draft in hand? I'll make sure.
By the middle of next week, just so we got time to turn it around, especially the first session ones. Really need those soon. So like I said, it's, you know, we got 6 to 7 hours of presentations for me to read and proof. So, and the chairs who don't have this as a priority get back. So really work on that session 1 this week, if you would, and session 2 and 3 next week.
Just a reminder, Tom, Monday's a holiday, just in case you forgot, but I'm just make sure everybody knows.
Yeah. Good day while you're home relaxing, knock out your presentation. All right. When you send your drafts, your presentation in to be approved, I'd like you to kind of do a format name like the subject, you know, phase 1, 2, or 3, your initials, and then say either draft or final, and a date. It's, you know, sometimes we get several versions of these. People name them differently. You know, everybody comes back and says MPI seminar dot, you know, PPT. So I need a little help be able to sort these out and put them in the, you can send them to me or post them in the Basecamp. Anybody not have access to the Basecamp? Yeah.
I think I do, so.
If you don't, let me know, or you can send them directly to me to get started, and I'll get you signed in. Okay, like I said, any question, just speak up. This is kind of a, just go through protocol, make sure everybody understands the process a little bit. The moderators, your role is to start the session, just, welcome the session, phase 1, phase 2, whatever. You tell them how to, put their questions in the chat function. I will update the slides I sent out to you a little bit because you may not actually use them, but it's just good to have it a deck for the reading part. You'll introduce the presenters and you ask questions in the chase function. At the end of each session, we do a little wrap up. I'll work on that and send that to you a little bit, but that's just reading off a couple, this summary, these are the 4 or 5 highlights, or I guess we got about 6 sections, six highlights to bring up. If you have something you think is most important in your subject, send those to me and we'll add it to the highlight slide. October 4th is the phase 1 presentation. 11th is the second presentation, and Sweetener is in that one. And then the 19th, first 2 on Tuesdays, the last one's on a Wednesday, is the phase 3 execution one. I'll get the draft out of when these are, just to start giving people a feel for the time.
Those are all on the calendar, right, Tom?
Yeah, we will send out the invites as soon as we get a fair amount of the people signed up. So that triggers who gets invited. So I'll resend you the dates. And
Yeah, I have the dates in one of your email. I thought I got emails. Maybe it came from James. I can't remember, like placeholders. Just going through my calendar right now because October.
I'll set up a placeholder.
Yeah, I have a placeholder from James on the 11th. Where's the 4th? I do not have one on the 4th unless that's not for me.
Yeah, I'll send out and replace those with an initial, then when you'll have the formal come out. Just make sure everybody's seeing the same picture.
Okay.
And moderators must attend their full session live. So block out that 2.5 hours. Moderators need to sign in probably 15 minutes early at least, James, kind of get your orientated set up.
Hey, Tom, just so I'm clear, so 3 sessions as a moderator, am I attending all 3 of those or just one?
Just, you only have to attend yours, one session. You could.
Okay, that's what I wasn't clear on, which one was the. Okay.
And that's for everybody, is you have to attend your portion live. And then
Got it.
you can go, except for the moderators, which you'll spend the full 2.5 hours. And then you can leave, or like I said, you can stay and see the whole seminar. We see them live, you can pick up a lot of little tips. So it's good if you can attend as much as you want. And like I said, I'll send out an updated kind of list of and my estimated timing. Question all of you is, do I have all the presenters? I know I got a couple committees that have been working on this as a team. I don't have their final presenter yet. So if you have other people, let me know just so we get them on the list. A lot of information, just kind of make sure everybody hears the same thing at once. Any questions, any issues you have as far as being able to attend, finish up your presentation, or any other general subject?
Hey, Tom, this is Jeannie from PepsiCo. Hi, Bill. I know this is my first time, being a presenter on sanitation and micro. I know you provided some guidance, and I am making, sorry for the late, I am making finalizing my presentation in as well. So I was curious, even if they don't have actual the structures, have we have done in the past in the MPI, the seminar, do we have any sort of structures of how it worked? I guess, I'm trying to see if I needed to modify mine, or if I see some great point that I can add it to my presentation. Do we have any previous one that I can kind of looking at referencing how we did in the past?
Yeah, let me, I'll tell you what I do. I'll get Don to send out a video link to one of the old presentations that we,
Mhm.
look and see.
I mean, I know it's all up to me how we present. It's all up to us, what is the best that I can think is important. But I wanted to make sure it's a kind of well seeming into the historically what ISBT present. And if I wanted to add something new, I can add it as well.
Yeah, a little bit with this seminar, it's a little different, typical seminar in that before it's about the technology,
Mm.
have a bottle making member, talk about how to make bottles.
Mm-hmm.
This one is about a process, which is a little different for us. So, don't feel like you're tied to the old methods because they normally show
Okay. Okay.
QC checks, this and that. This one more is, when I'm doing the, sanitation process, you need to verify new materials,
Mm-hmm.
what's different qualities, blend tanks, you can't take a lightweight blend tank and put a heavy new product into it without squashing your tank. Those type of activities. And it's kind of more of a checklist. Like I said, this one also, most of these presentations are going to be in the 10 to 20 minute range because it's going to go through your subject about it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to pad it out to an hour presentation like you would someone else.
Okay.
So that's the time frame per topic. Tom, you said 10, did I hear you right, 10 to 20 minutes?
Most of them, there are a few of them, like in phase one, beverage development's one of your big activities. So I think Caitlin probably has a longer one. And the second one, sort of, that's where the package design to fit the package comes in. And Peter and who else is going to help him on his would, have a little longer presentation.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, the water people aren't here. Theirs is a 2-slide presentation unless they really pad it up. So it could even be, like I said, time you get on stage, introduce yourself, present a couple slides, do 5 minutes Q&A, you're going to kill 10 minutes plus per presentation. I mean, I just try to be realistic.
Yeah.
And also, James had posted a link. If James said maybe you mail that to me, so I'll have to type it out, or other people can get to it.
Yeah, I just posted it in the chat. That's a link from the 2021 BevOps packaging seminars.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
there's 4 videos in there. Should give you an idea of what was done in the past.
Okay. Thank you.
Just like I say, this is, just speak naturally, talk about what you would do in your role in a new product.
Mhm.
Like I say, just go through the steps, not how to do the steps, but what the steps are you need to do. If you think you've got a lot of wonderful information, don't feel like you have to cut back. When I review your drafts, we may talk about anything down just a little bit.
Okay.
The one I sent out to y'all was just an outline of what would type of things to be covered in your section. So it's
Mhm.
the absolute what you got to do.
Okay.
My background's operations, so I touch a lot of different subjects. So I know a little bit about everything, not a whole lot about anything. Like people keep reminding me.
James, your YouTube link, I get to the link, but you can't play the videos. It says they're unavailable and hidden.
Okay, they might be lost. I'll see if I can. I'll check on them real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, James,
Yeah, I got the same.
send me the corrected link. I'll put it in the notes I send out in a little bit.
No problem. Yeah, I thought they were live, but they may be shut down.
Don blocks them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Tom, I know Peter couldn't make the call. He had a conflict. He's going to go back and listen. I did give him like a data dump for some packaging stuff because I was kind of critical of the content that was in the other deck because there's a lot of sort of changes in process and stuff that's evolved over the years. So I gave him actually a presentation that I did a couple of years ago, which is still relevant. It's a good case study to use to talk through the process. So he's gonna put that together. I'll help him or make sure he gets whatever help he needs to meet your deadline for next week.
And like I told him, and Sabrala yelled, when I put the outline out, it was my experience. You may come back and say, no, this is a phase 2, not a phase 1 or not a phase 3. So feel free to move things into the appropriate spot. And like packaging, we talked at Peter's committee meeting a little bit, is they were saying, oh, I think this goes here, there. And somebody was supplier, this is the beverage company putting out a new product. You can add a little subsection about being the flavor house, being the packaging supplier that comes into your organization and out. But it's the beverage piece. We've had some of these suppliers come back and say they have no clue what all this stuff is.
Yeah.
Because they just do their single product. I make caps. Somebody sends me some cap specs. Here's our process, and from the bill from a beverage maker is I got to get a spot pallets. It looks like we have a good turnout.
Yeah.
What kind of stretch wrapping appears to be here. Stacking ability. I mean, you'd be surprised. I've seen people make you pallet patterns that wouldn't fit into their racks. It's a lot of.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like I said, throw a few of those out. Why you have to check every little detail is important. Or even, when I was with Tropicana, I became general manager of New Ventures Group because the president thought we were too slow on launching products. So we would go outside the company, launch these products, and then once they're successful, bring them back in. And I kind of tried to bring this up to him. We didn't like it, and later proved true. Is I can go out and make stuff with these specs, everybody in the company sign off, bring it to the process, launch it, try to bring it inside. Now I got to start a whole new product process on over again, just because things are set up correctly throughout the systems. So there's no shortcuts that won't bite you in this process.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, a lot of the content I gave Peter covers that. So cool.
And that's actually one of the things I'm folding into the product development process was talking about, because everyone kind of gets stage gate in their head and they think it's just very linear, and trying to explain that it's not always linear and what an iterative approach means, and that sometimes you have to parallel path, and sometimes you have to, and sometimes you have to basically go back in a circle because you have to repeat stuff. If you, one of the examples I have was that somebody decided to bring out a new co-packer that could only do tunnel pasteurization. So we had to reformulate the entire flavor system as a result after the product had been already developed. So, that was something that they didn't realize, that was going to take extra time, and, but it was to get the stability and the product that they wanted, that was an extra step that had to be taken into account. So I think those are, I think kind of, bringing home some of those things that, there's like this idea of stage gate, but then this is what the reality is. The other thing I was going to say was, as we get the registrations in, it could be helpful to understand, what types of companies these people are coming from. Because one of the things I was looking at, so a lot of this, is definitely you're coming from a higher up corporate background. And I think what you run into is, depending on what people have been exposed to, sometimes this, like you said, this could be like a totally different language to them, and trying to just gauge, kind of what their accessibility is.
Yeah, like I said, we get most registrations in the next 3 weeks. So once I get both of those in, I'll send those out to you so you can see the audience a little bit. In the past, they've been all the place. We've had people like a Bill that's head of the packaging group there at Pepsi, send 6 or 8 of his team to the meeting. So you get a corporate group. Last time we had people in the Philippines stay up to midnight to attend the seminars. So it can be plant level people, it could be small company people. just across the board. Like you said, the role of a parent company like Pepsi and Coke, they hand off to the bottlers. A lot of people don't see the full picture. If you're in a small company, I was working for a co-packer toward the end, and the process was me. So you got a wide range of people's understanding, and these questions and some other seminars that come up is when do I do a test batch? Prove that I can make it, and because some of them found out they get it these new thicker juice products, all of a sudden everything jams up and it doesn't blend in a typical soft drink blending thing. So there's like I said, that's a very good one. Is you start down a path, you find a roadblock, you do have to kind of go back and fix the roadblock. And if a lot of you parties in co-pack, you find a lot of different capabilities in different co-packers. So very good point. And other ones, other people, you may have similar examples of where you thought you was going with one sweetener, and then all of a sudden everybody decides get a new hot bandwagon or something, and get a last minute switch too. All right, any other questions? Everybody feel comfortable that they know what to do? Because we've got a lot of new presenters, which is good, because I like to see people get out a little experience, get recognized for their good work.
Tom, just real quick, I've updated the videos in that link that's in chat, so they should be live now. I'll leave them live for about a week, and then I'll reset them to private like Don had it.
So you can just copy out of the chat room. So
and I emailed it to you as well if you want to share the following email.
I'll go that way then.
And Tom, the attendees for this, is it members only, or is this extended outside the?
We've had over 90% of the attendees be not members.
Oh, okay, great.
What kind of give you a little background of this is you're experts. So experts don't attend these type courses. You give these courses, you don't attend. So we get a lot of our focus is from people not members, and part of our hope is this draws them into the ISBT. And it's just part of our overall education program. Like I said, when we have many members attend, it's normally somebody is bringing their group in to give them a little more exposure. Because like even a packaging, you may not be familiar with flexible packaging, grit packs, the different kind of packages out there that gives everybody a little exposure to them in that presentation. I was just working on their booklet, and they signed me to write up flexible packaging, which is the only package I've never produced in my life. So it was a very detailed one. Anything else, anybody? Well, thanks for joining today. I hope I answered your question. If you have any questions, shoot me an email or send it to the group just so everybody's in on it. I'll get these notes out in a little bit, and thanks for volunteering, and look forward to seeing your presentations.
Thanks.
Thanks so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thanks, Tom.
All
Have a
right.
great day.
Thank you. I'll see
Have a
you
good
all.
one. Bye-bye.